This is news that you were not expecting. This is news that I was not expecting. I genuinely do not think anyone alive was expecting this. And at the same time, this is probably some of the biggest news in the gacha scene all year. Kuro Game, the studio behind Punishing Gray Raven and the upcoming Wuthering Waves gacha game, have announced they are currently developing a third title. The only bit of information we have outside of their job listing, which we'll take a look at in just a moment, is that they're titling it Nami. And it is being built in Unreal Engine 4 as opposed to Unreal Engine 5. That could be due to it being cross-platform compatible between PC, mobile, console, not entirely sure. Their recruitment page depicts a very high quality title potentially. They're hiring for someone responsible for character and monster move design, impact and field design and iteration, responsible for the design and iteration of the game's core combat gameplay, and the design and implementation of character monster gameplay. So it seems as though the combat is going to differ from both Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves. And I know immediately here people are going to be thinking, Honkai Star Rail clone. I mean, they've already taken inspiration from Genshin Impact when they made Wuthering Waves, right? Clearly, they're going to be taking inspiration. Yeah, like right here, Honkai Star Rail clone, Honkai Star Rail. So people are going to assume they're trying to take inspiration from Honkai Star Rail and are going to adapt it into their own version, kind of like they did with Wuthering Waves. You'd think that, but no. Coordinate art and programs and adjust resources such as actions and special effects in the engine to achieve planning goals. Their qualifications: familiar with the combat system and skill settings of the current mainstream action 3D ARPG games. So action game, they are taking what they are good at with Punishing Gray Raven and with Wuthering Waves, the action combat, and they are adapting it into yet another video game. It is unconfirmed which platform specifically this is going to be on. Sensitive to combat performance and sense of attack, familiar with AAA action games on the market. When they marketed Wuthering Waves, they never marketed this game as a AAA game. They are, however, marketing this one as a AAA budget game, which is very interesting because that means that this carries the potential for the combat to be even better than it was in Wuthering Waves. I had a lot of issues with Wuthering Waves. The combat was not one of those. The combat is probably the best action combat in the entire gacha genre right now. Have many years of game experience. This is kind of required typically when hiring for new video games. And have at least one complete experience in the combat system of an ARPG project, possess excellent logical thinking ability. That is asking for a lot. Clear overall concept and meticulous work attitude and rigorous work style. Wow. Meticulous and persistent with extreme requirements for every frame of the battle. This is a bit extreme. Possess certain abstract thinking ability, programming, and then developing Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 5. So they did mention Unreal Engine 4, but then they mentioned Unreal Engine 5 is acceptable as well. I wonder then if they're planning on starting the development in 4 and then just converting to 5 at a later date. That'd seem like a waste of time though, right? Looking at the rest of the descriptions for the job postings of Nami on Kuro's recruitment page makes it seem like it's an ARPG 3D dungeon crawler, not turn-based or like Zenless Zone Zero at all. What is in so wait, dungeon crawler? I don't see anywhere where it mentions it's going to be a game that is focused on dungeons. I mean, maybe there's something here that I'm just overlooking. I don't know. Before we go any further into this video though, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do videos like this every single day. Turn-based game to compete with Honkai Star Rail. These, do people, like, do people read through things? Do people watch things before leaving comments? Because you wouldn't think so based off of what you see. I wonder which game they plan on copying this time in their oh no, a video game developer took inspiration from another popular video game. What a shocking revelation to make, because Genshin Impact didn't copy Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild didn't copy a previous game either. Honkai Star Rail, a turn-based game, didn't copy any other game. This could be a very big game. This could potentially be as big as Wuthering Waves, even bigger than Wuthering Waves, especially given this is probably going to take a few years to come out, and Wuthering Waves is going to release first and might potentially allow for the Hoyo effect to influence player perception of this game. And by the Hoyo effect, I mean every game that Hoyo releases being a success sets the next game up for even greater success. Punishing Grey Raven is setting Wuthering Waves up to be a big success, and if Wuthering Waves is done well, will set whatever Nami is up to be an even greater success than Wuthering Waves. Now, I would not expect this to release in 2023. I would not expect this to be playable in 2024 either. They haven't even stated that they have legitimate concept art for the game yet. All they have is a name. They're recruiting, and is being developed in Unreal Engine 4 or 5. They have the base concept for the game. This is going to be an action game, and that's about it. Should we be excited? Yeah, but don't expect it anytime soon. Now, if Nami is not something you're interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now. It might be of more interest to you.